Well, good morning, and thanks for watching the Market Day Report. I'm Janet Atkinson. More than 35,000 U.S. food manufacturing jobs, plus an additional 191,000 indirect jobs related to food manufacturing, are tied to NAFTA. That's more than 225,000 U.S. jobs in total. Joining us now for this week's Market Intel Report from the AFBF Washington, D.C. headquarters is economist Veronica Nye. Veronica, thank you for joining us once again. Let's start with an overview of the U.S. food and beverage manufacturing jobs and exports. Kind of give us a thought on that.
Certainly. So as an organization that represents producers, we don't often think about food manufacturing other than to know that this sector is an important user of our products. But the reality is that since NAFTA was implemented, food manufacturing sales to Canada and Mexico have more than quadrupled. They're nearly $17 billion in 2016, which is about half of all of our processed food exports.
So what impact has NAFTA had on processed food beverages and also consumer products in general?
Well, before NAFTA was implemented, tariffs on processed foods ranged somewhere between 20 and 40%. So that's a pretty hefty price tag for consumers to pay additional to the price of the good in their home market. Because of NAFTA, those tariffs were eliminated. If we were to go the way of the dodo bird with the NAFTA agreement, those tariffs would return 20 to 40% on U.S. goods in Canada and Mexico, which would make our products significantly less competitive.
Veronica, what are some of the top processed foods to Canada?
Oh, great question. We send them a lot of ingredients, chocolate, cured meats, things along that lines, as well as non-alcoholic beverages.
And, of course, on the other side of the NAFTA agreement, what about to Mexico? Is it similar or something different?
Similar product mix. There's a lot of back and forth over the border trade in food. So we'll send noodles or a beverage base to Mexico, and then they'll send us back a complete product, and vice versa.
Well, Veronica, I know that the Market Intel team at AFBF certainly covers a lot of ground. Is there anything else that you guys are working on right now, and how could folks find that information when it's available?
Certainly. We sent out a really interesting, I didn't write it so I can call it very interesting, article about the damage to the orange crop in Florida as a result of the recent hurricane. We posted it on Monday. Folks should certainly check that out. We'll have additional discussions about recent beef trade and other elements of the crop and livestock markets that are coming out this week and next week. Folks can go to www.fb.org/marketintel to check out what we've been up to.
All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us once again, Veronica. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
American Farm Bureau Federation economist Veronica Nye joining us from Washington, D.C.